All right, it's sunny and 60, mid 60s, I guess, here in Central Virginia. Perfect day for working outside. We're gonna get to it on this dump truck, and I brought it back, as you saw recently, something I bought recently. Needs some work. I brought it home so that I could take it in and get some service done on it, as well as do a bunch of little project work on it myself. I recorded some last week. The audio didn't come out very well, so I'll mix that in with this so you can at least see some of the work I did wiring up the cameras. But I can take you around in a second here, and I'll show you what we've done. Welcome to TWC Projects. All right, so let's take a look at what we've gotten done so far, and then, like I said, I can roll a little bit of the video of me doing it so you can see how it got done, and at least you'll see that. So one thing, I went around and hit these wheels with the rust cutter. These lugs and the wheels were pretty rusty. Same with all this. Anything you see that's kind of this silver or white now is all stuff that I hit with rust cutter, including these welds were rusted through here, down along here. A bunch of stuff on the back too, I'll show you in just a second. Also installed a camera on each side, and so that I can see those blind spots that I just couldn't see, especially when you come to an intersection that's like a 45. There's no way to see behind you at all off to the right side. The left side, you stick your head out the window, but not on that side. So hit a lot of these other spots for rust. I'll show you also the other camera. This is all, probably needs another coat, but I sprayed all this. This was really rusted before, so it's gonna need a little bit more. But you can see, there's the rear camera there. What else? Cleaned a lot of the stickers off of the, not perfect job on the door. I've still got to work that a little bit better, but there were a bunch of stickers there. Another camera. And then inside, there were a lot of panels all pulled out. Things are all hanging out. They evidently ripped out some kind of wiring just before they sold me the truck, and they left all these pieces loose and out, and wires hanging out, and that's, it just rattled and made noise all over the place. And that's no longer rattling. It sounds so much better in here now. Here's the monitor for the cameras. Today I'm going to try to see if I can figure out why I'm not getting any sound for this radio. It comes on, I change channels and stuff, but no sound, so I'm guessing the speakers somehow are disconnected, or I don't know. It looks like there were speakers in the door, but I'll figure that out. And then the one other thing I've got to look at today too, I don't know if I'll even get to it, but these flashing lights here and on the back, none of those are working, so I don't know if I've got a blown fuse or if I've got a relay that's out, or just some bad wiring. So maybe I can figure that out today too. Might be ambitious. I might not be able to get to all that, but I'll show you what I have done already. And I can I've got that video recorded from last time, and to get us to this point. So hopefully that'll be interesting. In particular, hooking up those cameras. Like I said, those really help. And that screen, you'll see in the video, you could do a split screen. So in the middle, you can see the rear camera, and then on the left side, you'll see this side of the vehicle, and on the other side, you'll see the other side of the vehicle. So kind of cool. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully it works well. And but that's it. I'm going to get to it. So welcome to TWC Projects. Thanks for joining me, and let's get to work. There we go. Look at that. Nice. Probably even go up just a hair now. That way I can see the trailer hitch when I back up onto it. Sweet. All right, so that just barely worked. Tapped a hole through. The first one I did went up inside the frame, so I just left the rubber grommet up in there. I put another one in down here. And of course, those are my favorite, you know, Harbor Freight. I always have these assorted things like the grommets. And I just need to, tie this up so it's not floating in the way down here. But I kind of, not the best, but I serpentined it around and then zip tied it up inside up to where my other wires are. So I just need to splice all of those together and then put all the stuff back in. And of course, while I was in here, I wire brushed a little bit and soaked it with that rust cutter, and you know, it'll slow it down a little bit. So better than doing nothing. It was heaped in there. I'm not sure if the window had been left open at one point in time or where that water comes from, but anyway, we're getting there. That took a lot longer than putting in the side cameras, but it's okay. I knew it would. Just had to, you know, wire tie it all the way up, all the way through the frame, and then up and through here. Here, I just kind of, I gotta clip these still, but I just kind of wire tied it up, and then right into the side, right into the box, and then I'll put all these parts back in here, get it back to looking normal, and we'll terminate this correctly, splice all those in, and then we'll try it one more time and close it all up, and that'll be good. All right, still needs some cleaning, but I got quite a bit done today. As you saw, I ran the wiring for the camera in the back and then closed all this back up again. And we're gonna test it in a second and then adjust the camera a little bit, make sure it's got a good view back there. I did fill, I don't know if you can see in the little holes, but there were some holes where the wire can either come outside or go through the body. I ran it through the body, so I filled those little holes with silicone. All right, so it appears that red wire is the one that's gonna go, and I think it's the same one here. That's the one that goes to my lights. So I gotta figure out where the fuse and relay is on that. And maybe that'll be the ticket. All right, so I started chasing down the wiring. I dug up through the engine first, but then I decided to follow that gray wire that was coming from the lights. And somebody, I don't think this is the right way to do it, but somebody hooked this in, and there's a 30 amp fuse here and a 25 amp fuse here. And the 25 amp fuse, you probably can't see on the camera. It is blown. So, got my kit here, and I'll put a 25 in there. At least see if this is the problem for the flashers, because I think that's what this is, that goes to, that's where the gray wire comes from. And the radio will be next, but I also noticed I don't have an antenna. So even once I get the speakers working, I'll probably just be hearing static. So I'll need to get some kind of a eBay Motors antenna on there or something, so that I can get some radio stations while I'm driving this thing. Not a priority, but nice to have, right? All right, so let's swap that fuse out, and then we'll turn the thing on and see if it works. Man, that'd be nice. It's that simple as a fuse, but it just took me a little while to chase the wiring down to figure out where it actually went. So, all right, let's get back to it. All right, so I hooked up to the switch and the ground. And let's see what happens when I flip the switch here. Yeah, I'm getting 12 volts, so it's not the switch. All right, so I verified that there's absolutely no power getting up to those lights. So it's somewhere between the switch and the lights. So I'm gonna keep digging and see where these wires take me. All right, so I found a wire that was chopped off and zip tied back up, back there, and then we got to terminate it right over here. So somehow it had come loose and got chopped. So we're gonna fix that, and hopefully that was what caused the fuse to blow. And hopefully once we hook it back up and turn the battery back on, we might have flashers. We'll see. Oh, that's a sweet thing. They are flashing. They are flashing. Beautiful. One thing fixed, and now we just gotta hunt down these speaker wires and see if we can fix that. I gotta get the heat gun too and heat shrink those, connect those termination couplers that I just put on there, the crimped on couplers. I think those are heat shrink. I hope they are, so that they'll seal the water out and keep it from corroding. So we'll do that in a minute. All right, so that's it. We got the whole dash back together. Looking better than it did when I got it, that's for sure. It's all fit in there nicely. And the flasher lights are now working. Got that wired up and running right. The radio, all the wires in the back of it, everything looked good and was working there. So I think it's somewhere, I have a feeling the speakers are shot, or I don't know. So at some point I'll pull the doors apart and see if there's speakers in there. If not, then I'll get some and fix that up another time. For now, I can always just put on my phone and let it, or get a Bluetooth speaker in here. Not really worth going to too much trouble to get that working, but I got everything else fixed and working. I've got to, I might just power wash those areas that I sprayed down. Let me show you what those look like though, after that second coat. And look at what it's doing to it. So It's still working. There's still rust there, but some of the other areas did a really great job of clearing up all the rust that was on there. So I'll wash off the residue that's left, and then I'll paint that up a bit. It really should, truthfully, it probably should be a little bit of sandblasting or some kind of better wash, but you know, it's thick steel, it's fine. I really don't need to do anything to it, but I'm going to, just because I've got the truck here, I've been working on it already, it makes me feel better. And I just wash the residue, all that white stuff off of the wheels as well, tires as well. And so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Thank you for joining me again as I create things, fix things, and enjoy a beautiful day like today. It's a fantastic day, so I appreciate you watching, and thank you for subscribing and the bell to get notified when new ones come out, and the thumbs up if you like it, or share it with a friend. So I really appreciate it. Hopefully it might be a little while before the next video. I've just got a lot going on at work, and I was under the weather a little bit too, so I had to take a break, but I'm sure you understand that, and I appreciate you sticking with me. And so we'll get another one, we'll get another video out soon, but hopefully we can get this thing put to work pretty soon. I've still got to, I learned a few things that I didn't know before I bought it. One is to get it inspected, you have to find a place that has big enough bays to bring it in. And around here, everybody goes to a place that's about 45 minutes to an hour away to get their trucks inspected. So did not know that. Hopefully I can find something closer down to Bear Ridge that they can do it. And my guy who is going to have work on it too has been super busy. He's got a lot going on, so we'll see. If he can't get to it soon, I may just try to find another place for now. And then, but anyway, I'm excited to keep going on this. This has been a long time coming to get this dump truck. It took me months and months and months to find it. It took me months and months and months to buy it. And now it looks like it's going to take me months to get it on the road, but we'll figure it out. So anyway, have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the next project.